What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. And it looked like more information is starting to come out from the Indiana Fever pipeline in regards to waiving more players. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Well, we all know just a couple of days ago, the Indiana Fever sent shockwaves throughout the WNBA community when they had decided to waive none other than South Carolina own Brie Hall. Now, a lot of people has been voicing their opinions about this whole situation because she is a Don Staley player. And I'm telling you right now, it is what it is, bro. A lot of these coaches is about to get exposed. Maybe even Gino Ariema, all we know. Now, we know Paige Beckers ain't finna get cut, but will Paige Beckers live up to the hype at this point? Will did Gino Ariema develop her right? The reason why she stayed so long, or do we have a track record of, like Don Staley, just recruiting the best players in the country, not really developing players, just pretty much lucking up and getting just naturally God-gifted, talented basketball players? Because that's what it's starting to look like, bro. Now, with all that being said, articles is starting to come out from the Indy Star in regards to the Indiana Fever cutting more players. Now, we know this is all part of the process. We synced this last year, man. I believe Grace Berger got cut last year. No, Grace Berger got cut at the end of this year. But we just synced this last year, man. This is all part of the business. It's 11 women roster. The Indiana Fever is currently sitting at 13 players on the roster. They got to cut maybe 2 more players to get down to 11. Who those next players going to be, I don't know yet, but it's going to be very interesting to see who possibly get cut next. 2 more people got to go, man. And just like I stated, the Indiana Star dropped the article. Let's head on over to Ed. Shout out to Chloe Peterson, who's very close to the situation. And she had a lot to say, man, in regards to the Indiana Fever cutting these players. Chloe just dropped this 11 minutes ago. She said the Fever made their first cuts on Monday, bringing the roster down to 13 with just over a week left in training camp. They'll likely need to make 2 more cuts, just like I stated, to finalize the opening day roster. Here's who's still fighting. Now, let's dive into the article because they go in great detail, kind of letting us know who all left on this roster. What can we possibly expect? But as of right now, don't nobody know who's going to get cut. People could speculate, people could guess. Nobody thought Brie Hall was going to get cut. I just got to keep it real. People could guess, people could speculate. At the end of the day, no one knows. And let's dive into this. In an effort to pour down to the opening day roster, Indiana Fever made their first round of roster cuts Monday after a back-to-back weekend of preseason games. The Fever waived Julian Allen, a 30-year-old forward who was on training camp contract, and a 2025 number 20 draft pick, Brie Hall. Allen and Hall didn't appear in the Fever preseason opener, which was an overtime win over the Mystics on Saturday, but got ample minutes against the Brazilian national team in Iowa this past Sunday. Now, Allen played the entire fourth quarter with 3 points and 7 rebounds in 10 minutes. Hall played more than 16 minutes in the second half, scoring 9 points on 4 of 9 from shooting, which was good. But we also got to realize how bad the Brazilian national team is. I'm sorry. They was bad, bro. They was bad. They got the beast put on them. They just did not look good in my book. The first cuts came just 1 week into training camp, but the Fever hope Allen and Hall can land on other teams, which, we always going to wish the best, for all of these other players. Now, players who are still fighting for a spot on the roster is Jaylen Brown. A lot of people feel like Jaylen Brown could possibly be the next one to get cut, bro. That could be the case. Maybe, as of right now, but Jaylen Brown is definitely still on the roster, still trying to prove herself. Who else we got on this list? Michaela Timpson and Yvonne Ejim are the 3 players likely fighting for Indiana's 11th spot and final spot for the opening day game against the Chicago Sky. Now, I told y'all, bro, I don't see them cutting Michaela Timpson. I will be shocked if they cut Michaela Timpson. To me, it's looking like Jaylen Brown and Yvonne Ejim could be next on the chopping block. Don't be surprised if those two players be next to get cut. What else the article goes on to say? It say Timpson Ford, who the Fever drafted number 19, which was a steal last month, has impressed the coaching staff. She's an elite rim runner and can draw fouls and plays with poise despite being a rookie against experienced and veteran players. From my understanding, she's looking great in practice. We all been seeing her ball. She's coming in for Aaliyah Boston. She's actually helping them kind of run the pick and roll a little better. She's a better, rim protector than I feel like Aaliyah Boston is. They can run a lot of different schemes with Michaela Timpson's on the floor. And me personally, I feel like that open the floor up for Caitlin Clark to do her thing. See, I feel like when Caitlin Clark is on the floor with Aaliyah Boston, that's when they running this motion offense stuff. When Aaliyah Boston is not on the floor, that opens the floor up for Caitlin Clark to do her thing, to dish, read and react, just do her thing, dog. Now, it goes on to say the thing that impressed me the most, we skip past that. What else it goes on to say? Timpson played the least of the three Sunday, but that doesn't necessarily mean much in terms of her chances of making a roster because they're saving her. Brown, a 26-year-old guard who came in from Dallas, which I feel like Jaylen Brown is on the team a lot because of none other than Amber Cox. Amber Cox came from Dallas. From my understanding, she got a great relationship with her. She just decided to give her a shot, which, that's one thing I like about this Indiana Fever basketball team because they'll give you a shot, bro. They ain't finna just get you and not let you play. They're going to give you a shot. Jaylen Brown been given a shot. Brie Hall was given a shot. But whatever the case may be with Brie Hall, just did not work out. Now, Ejim the Fever, number 33 pick, which is another player that they got out the draft. She played 12 minutes on Sunday, mostly in the fourth quarter. The forward went 3 of 5 from the field, and she had 6 points. Now, the Fever will likely make another round of cuts following their final preseason game against the Atlanta Dream this upcoming weekend. Now, they would then have a few more days of practice and finalize rotation and lineups for their 11-player roster ahead of the 2025 season. We already know the home opener will be against the Chicago Sky, man. And your boy John Liquid hopefully going to try to make it to that game. I'm going to try, man. I got to go back to the doctor and see. But with all that being said, man, don't be surprised. More cuts is going to probably come out Monday. I was as soon as Monday morning, right after this preseason game. Maybe not even Monday. I don't know. I got to check the schedule, see when this game is. But this is just my theory. I feel like Jaylen Brown and Yvonne Ejim was probably going to be the two to get snipped. I just don't see Michaela Timpson not making this team. That's just my thought about it. I feel like she's proved herself. She was a steal in the draft coming over from Florida State. She's a baller. She's exactly what Caitlin Clark need down low. And quite frankly, she can help out a bunch with Aaliyah Boston not playing. But get down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts about this. Keep them bells on because you want to know why? Because I'm going to bring you the news, baby. And until next time, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out. Shake